Hello students, welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rashmi Sharma, Head of the Department OB and HR, Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, Delhi. Today we will learn the module High Performing HR Systems. This module is from the paper Contemporary Issues in HRM and Future Trends. The learning outcomes from this module would be introduction to high performance work system, its background, how do HPWS, that is high performance work system, work, effects of having HPWs, and what are the different models of HPWs. After completing this module, the students will be able to learn about the meaning and significance of high performance work system, learn about the origin and development of high performance work system, study the various effects of high performance work system, understand the different models of high performance work system. To create an environment of greater employee involvement and responsibility, the set of management practices that are followed are termed as high performance work system. The various pieces of HR practices are put together to design a high performance work system. An HPWS evaluates and determines every aspect of the employee engagement that starts with determining the jobs that the company needs, designing the job, identifying the right employee, attracting the best fit employee, and then evaluating and compensating the employee performance to help in employee retention. Let's now understand the background of high performance work system. The term high performance work system originated in the US, gaining popularity in the debate over the decline of US manufacturing competitiveness. A key stimulus of this concern was the size of Japanese lean production system in the 1970s and 1980s, including such techniques as quality circles, just-in-time inventory, and team-based production, which helped to improve the quality, cost, flexibility, and delivery. While the initial focus was on the way the production workers are managing in manufacturing, HPWS later became the part of the agenda concerned with the increasing number of human competitive performance rights across manufacturing and services. High performance work systems are a fuzzy phenomena in which three concepts are loosely tied together, that is performance, systematic effects, and work practices of some kind, as per the researchers Boxall and Mackey in the year 2009. High performance work system depends on positive responses from the employees. In McDuffie's 2000 paper, bundling of work practices is critical in a high performance work system. It is the combination of practices into a bundle rather than individual practices which shapes the pattern of interaction between the employees and managers. D. Menins, Wood and Gillard in 2010 found that British firms were investing in Japanese-style lean manufacturing systems such as integrated computer-based technology and total quality management. They performed better when they supported these costly changes in production strategy and a more empowering style of human resource management and extensive employee training. Organizations that use high performance work system make a significant investment in their pool of human capital so that employees are well trained, skilled, and empowered to conduct these jobs. This was as per Becker and Hewlett in the year 1998. We define high performance work system as an integrated system of HR practices that are internally consistent, that is alignment amongst the HR practices, and externally consistent, that is alignment with the organizational strategy that includes selective staffing, self-managed teams, decentralized decision making, extensive training, flexi-job assignment, open communication and performance contingent compensation, as per Becker and Hewlett in the year 1998. As per Brigitte Kroon, Karina van de Voorde, Jules Timmers in their paper High Performance Work Practices in Small Firms, a Resource Poverty and Strategic Decision Making Perspective, the focus on two theoretical perspectives on the uptake of bundles of high performance work system in small firms are: firstly, the average uptake of ability and motivation practices is less in smaller organizations than in larger firms. This is because small firms are more constrained by limited resources as compared to larger firms. The low uptake of in small firms is related to the high cost involved in implementing all of these practices. Secondly, the small firm owners, for various strategic considerations, adopt smaller but reasonable bundles of high performance work systems. In small firms, it is mainly the entrepreneur who is responsible for most of the decisions relating to the human resource management. Strategic choices is a process where an entrepreneur decides upon a specific course of action to be taken by the firm in response to the environment, the available resources, and the design of the structure, rules, and routines of the organization. The implementation of bundles of high performance work systems in small firms depends on the size of the organization. The decision making is by the entrepreneur and the combination of both. It also confirms that smaller firms implement fewer ability and motivational practices due to time and financial limitations. Sumaira Gulzar, Moin Ahmed Moon and Saman Atiq in their paper The Darker Side of High Performance Work System, examining employees' psychological outcomes and counterproductive work behaviors, focuses on the two objectives, that is, understanding the effects of high performance work system on employee psychology, that is anxiety, job burnout, role overload, determining the effects of different employees' psychological outcomes on employee counterproductive work behavior. Three frameworks have been suggested to achieve the objectives of high performance work system. CWB, that is counterproductive work behavior, are shown deliberately which works against an organizational interest, which is also described as unacceptable behavior raised as a result of unfairness and injustice at workplace. High performance work systems employee perception explicitly talks about the implication of high performance work system for employees. High performance work system usually gives rise to positive impact on employees by increasing their commitment at workplace, while it may have considerable negative impacts on employees with increasing possibility of imposing strains that are caused by stress and intensity of such workplaces. Employee psychological outcomes are as follow. Anxiety. The disorder these days are frequent phenomena. A specialized and stressful workplace is not controlled properly and lacks somewhere, then it can seriously lead to anxiety at workplace, which can further trigger CWB. Job burnout can be defined as a psychological disorder having characteristics of emotional fatigue, detachment, and minimized individual achievement. In respect of high performance work system, feelings of unfairness and executive restrictions cause amplified exhaustion level, and this leads to both active and inactive CWB against the association. Role overload is concerned with conditions in which the workers are believed to have too many duties or activities that are highly demanding, and therefore there are certain restrictions. The study concludes that employee perception about high performance work system plays a significant role in employee psychological outcomes, that is anxiety, job burnout and role overload. Now let us understand how do HPWS work. Some commentators have suggested that certain practices always bring benefits, whereas others have suggested that they need to be fitted into the organization, that is the universal contingent view respectively. A universalist argues that there are a number of HR practices, if adopted, will always result in a superior performance whatever the context may be. The contingency model argues that a distinct combination will work only under specific conditions or with specific groups. An element of contingency model argues for internal contingency and suggests that the practices need to be bundled into meaningful group practices. There have been various studies that have found that the adoption of single practices do not deliver the same improvement of results. One must link it with the business strategy. Whereas some have sought to align the practices into an internally logical bundles, others have looked into an external alignment with the business strategy. McDuffie, a researcher in 1995, found some evidence of positive results that were related to fit with the business strategy. Husailith found in 1997 that progression of high performance work systems over a 3-year period was associated with the following characteristics. Firms in more profitable industries were more likely to adopt the incentive performance management dimension of HPWS. Those in much more volatile or dynamic environment were more likely to shift the risk onto the employees through variable compensation system. Adoption of performance management incentive system in this negatively correlated with unionized and non-unionized workforce to adopt staffing development practices. The external factors also have a greater impact on the reward management factors as compared to others. HR practices are review of bundles that have been bought to find which practices which are most often included. It has been argued that, as per Boselli and Dietz in the paper in the year 2003, that practices relating to employee development and training, participation and empowerment, information sharing and compensation system are most often combined. The undermentioned practices represent the categories of HR practices commonly found in most high performance work system research. These practices are interdependent such that the inclusion of others. Staffing refers to the function of finding the right people for the right job, that is a job fit person. It is an important aspect of management as it ensures that the right people with the needed qualification are chosen for work. It ensures that the vacancies are filled and always remain occupied. Staffing involves various stages including recruitment through various sources, right selection out of the applicants, placement and orientation. It can also be said as extensiveness of procedure to evaluate relevant knowledge, skills and abilities for job fit and organizational fit. Self-managed teams is a group of employees that are responsible and accountable for all or most aspects of producing a product or delivering a service. A self-managed team carries out the supporting tasks such as planning and scheduling the workflow and managing leave and absence in addition to other tasks. They have greater ownership of the tasks that they perform. External leaders provide the link between the wider organization and self-managed teams, empowering it. Self-managed teams redistribute the power downward by granting authority and responsibility to team structure. Decentralized decision making refers to the dissemination of the authority, responsibility and accountability to the various management levels. People having the power of decision making are known as decentralized decision making. It facilitates fast decision making, sharing of burden and responsibility. It is enforced to have a considerable control over the organization and is consistent with aiming for a flatter hierarchy. Training and development. These are the management functions that include new employee orientation, job skills training, leadership training and professional development. These activities improve the employee's job skills in their current position and equip them with skills and expertise for cross-functional work that can increase their value to the organization. Performance management ensures that the employees know and understand what is expected of their job role and have the skills and knowledge required to deliver on these expectations through implementing the developmental plans and learning. Flexible work assignments have many benefits in the context of employees and leads to facilitation of high performance work system. The benefits are flexibility to meet the family needs, personal obligations, life responsibilities, reducing the consumption of employee commuting time and fuel cost, increasing the feeling of personal control over schedule and work environment, reduce employee burnout due to overload, allow people to work when they accomplish most, and implementing flexi work schedules, providing telecommuting options and supporting employees to achieve their work-life balance. Now let us understand the effects of high performance work system. A high performance work system brings in commitment. It has a positive effect on an employee commitment, which in turn leads to increased performance. Through high performance work system, organizations invest and provide the development opportunity to their employees, and in response the employees show their attachment with the organization. the practice and positive HR policies that include trust, team and work behavior and communication create an employee commitment which would contribute towards the organizational overall performance. The organization can use different techniques in shaping of high performance work system like information sharing, employee, trust and skill development program, rewards and bonuses on the basis of performance and internal career opportunity to enhance the organizational commitment. Job satisfaction, as per Harley in 2002, job satisfaction is said to be positively related and correlated with the high performance work system. Quality circles are defined as small group of workers or volunteers from the same work area who meet regularly to identify, analyze and solve the quality and related problems in the area of responsibility as per Griffin in 1998. Further supporting evidence has shown an increase in job satisfaction as a result of quality circles comes from whereby it was identified that quality circle has a positive increase in job satisfaction over a period of time. Now let us look at some models of HPWS. The first one is an AMO model. 3 bundles of HR practices is practically involved in building a high performance work system. These bundles constitute of an employee ability enhancing practices such as training skill development, that is A, employee motivation enhancing practices through high pay career development or a top down sharing information, that is M, and practices that give the employee the opportunity to go an extra mile such as employee involvement or teamwork, that is O. The A component refers to the individual's ability to perform. An individual's ability strongly predict the individual's job performance. The use of advanced employee selection techniques and the provision of performable job related skill training or opportunities to develop these skills contribute to employability. The M deals with motivation. An employee's desire to perform purports from motivation. The social exchange theory states that an employee efforts are reciprocal reaction to their evaluation of adequacy of incentives such as pay promotion opportunities as provided by the organization. The high performance practices are linked to motivation, are high on pay, career opportunities and sharing of information on the organization's goals and results. The additional features of the AMO model is that it takes into account the work environment in which an individual will use their ability and motivation. The O component of the AMO model refers to the opportunity not performed. Employees who are given an autonomy to work related decisions, working together and sharing the feedback about their work goals have the opportunity to influence the business results to greater ownership of their work. Together, the AMO model fosters to individual employee performance. A high performance can be attained through strategic human resource management partnership. This is usually understood as a set of interrelated HR practices that include staffing, performance management, remuneration, training development, communication and participation. It is a set of practices that provide an employee with the skills, information with motivation that results in workforce that is source of competitive advantage. It has been suggested that the SHRM practices is associated with a decreased turnover and a higher level of productivity and profitability. The flexible work system, that is FWS, are generally considered to entail the benefits such as increasing the employee satisfaction, improving the staff retention and reducing the turnover. It also increases the employee productivity and enhances the organization's reputation. The provision of family-friendly practices relating to the working at home and childcare is also associated with the greater employee commitment that we have already learned in some of our previous modules. Partnership may be described as a mutual effort by the owners and the managers to create an environment where an employee takes a significant psychological stake in the success of the organization. This can be achieved through building a high level of attachment, commitment, involvement with the enterprise. It denotes a philosophy of collaboration between the management and the employees to focus on a common goal and interest without being deviated. It facilitates a joint vision for the future also, a continuous information exchange and an employee security and dispersed decision making. It also increases the productivity, boosts the quality, provides a much more motivated workforce and encourages drops in absenteeism and turnover, which in turn results in higher degree of collaboration and knowledge sharing, which ultimately results in the social capital. The main aspect is that a high performance work system for human resource creates a sustainable competitive advantage for organization by the people work. Best practices in human resource management creates a high performance work system. Most of the literature on a high performance work system praises the positive aspect of implementing such a system, and most of the research points to a very few negative attributes of creating a high performance work environment. On the other hand, it has been observed that by increasing the responsibilities of the workers and putting less burden on the management can lead to a much more stressful and intense environment. While creating a competitive advantage for the organization, a high performance work system often tends to neglect the individual employee, which results, as we can understand, in an increased role overload and a burnout. Further, each and every component of HPWS does not necessarily fit for an organization. Therefore, it is suggested that the best fit of bundles of HPWS should be introduced in an organization for a positive outcome. The AMO, specifically HWS, proposes that mere recruitment and training of human resource is not sufficient to create a high-performing organization. Therefore, a special emphasis should be placed on motivating the employees and the opportunities that are offered to them. We arrive at a conclusion that non-financial factors are more responsible for motivation of employees, leading to the creation of high level of satisfaction of employees in an organization. Thank you.